Okay. Well, hello and welcome to the 7th episode of the True Dollar web series. As you may know by now, this year, Texas Trust will be presenting a monthly webinar on Facebook Live every second Tuesday of the month. The purpose is to help our community and members manage their finances better during the tough times that we are living in. My name is Tyra Garcia, and I'm a business and community engagement partner for Texas Trust Credit Union, and I'll be your moderator today. Like always, you're welcome to engage with us in the comments section. So leave us a comment or a question, and we will be sure to answer as many questions as we can in the allotted time. If we're not able to answer your question within the allotted time, we'll reach back out to you directly. All right. So you may have thought about the different types of commercial, personal, and life insurance products, but just didn't have all the details to make an informed decision. In this hour, we hope to do an overview on insuring your life and assets and how to shop your insurance to get the best premiums available. Alrighty, but first things first, Texas Trust would like to highlight some resources accessible to our communities. So every month, we will be highlighting a nonprofit organization located in one of our Texas Trust towns. July's Spotlight nonprofit organization is Manna House, located in Midlothian, Texas. I'd like to invite Manna House's Ms. Sissy Franklin to share how they are an incredible resource for our community. Sissy will also stay on to the end to take any questions that our viewers may have. All right, Sissy, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Manna's history. We started in 1992 as a result of a problem solvers class at our 8th grade level of school. What this class does every year, they decide what an unmet need is in the community, and they set about the whole year trying to fix that need. In 1992, they decided that their neighbors were hungry, didn't have electricity, water, kids needed clothes and school supplies and things like that. So they came up with the idea of Manna House, which is Midlothian Area Network for those needing assistance. It's a little, it's what it stands for. We never use that, but that's what it is. So they went on to state, they won state, they received grants and all kinds of stuff to get us started. And we were very, very, very small. So we've been around since 1992. I had been volunteering for Manna House for about 4 years in 1999 when I discovered I had a brain tumor. So I had to naturally quit work. I had brain surgery. I did have a brain, which was really good news. But it wasn't cancer. It's still there. It's inoperable. It's just a daily reminder of where I've come from. But anyway, in the course of the surgery, I had to ask for help with a utility bill, my electric bill. And even though I'd been a volunteer at Manna House for 4 or 5 years, it was the hardest door I've ever walked through, because to me, in my mind at that time, I was a failure. I couldn't pay my electric bill. It was $200, but it might as well have been 2 million because we didn't have it. So I cried like a baby before I walked in, and I remembered what it felt like to sit down and ask someone to help me do what I normally would do just in a daily life situation. And I also remember how I felt when I left there after they assisted with our utility bill. I felt like my dignity was still intact. I hadn't been compromised in any way. I was treated so kindly. So I told my husband that day when I left, I'm going to give back somehow. I'm going to give back. At that time, I didn't see a lot of hope. But long story short, 20 years later, and here I sit, I think I give back daily, and I never forget where I came from and what every person that walks through this door is feeling when they walk through it. And it is absolutely a requirement that they leave here with their dignity intact. We don't make anyone feel anything less than just our favorite person of the day. So um, I tell my staff, just shoot from the heart. If it moves us, we're going to act on it some way. So what Metahouse does, we assist families, individuals, senior citizens, school age kids with things like utilities, rent, medical, prescription. Actually, I've never really backed down from any request that's been presented to me. We've even twice with two different people, which is odd, assisted with prosthetic eyes. I've called it prophetic eyes one time, which whatever. But we try to meet the need where that person is at that time, and if we can't, we try to find someone that can. We we do a Christmas project every year where we send out, pardon me, allergies, about 4,000 angels every year at Christmas. We have 300 seniors that we serve monthly that get a full month's worth of groceries when they come in. Everything from fresh meat to frozen popsicles. I mean, it's just anything they can think of. We have locations in Italy and in Midlothian. And we also have a resale shop. At a resale shop, everything in there is donated so that every penny made in the store comes right back into the admin building to take care of all of our expenses. And so that everything donated to Manor House 100% goes out to the community. We just purchased a van, a handicap accessible van, so we can transport our senior citizens. Ellis County doesn't have really any kind of transportation. So our seniors are not going to the doctor. They're not doing things they should be doing. So we're in an effort to try to keep them from not going to the doctor and doing things for their health. We purchased a van, and we have a senior advocate that physically goes to their home and checks on them every month, making big differences in their lives, making sure their meds are right, that they have family members. We get all the information we can so that we can ascertain what their main needs are and try to meet them right where they are. Every year we do a big back to school bash, which is coming up August 14th. It's going to be huge this year. We've got an all day event, and the ending is a fireworks show to send the kids back to school with a bang. This year we're providing school supplies with the help of our NCDC board. 2,542 students receive a full prepackaged school supply bundle. We have this year we will have our dish, which is like kind of like the taste of Ellis County, where restaurants will come in and fix their specialty, and it's just going to be a big hoopla and fun like that. But we're real active in the schools. We cater to kids and seniors. I myself am a sponsor, mentor at the Mile, which is a specialized school for culinary arts, entrepreneurship, engineering, and IT. My favorite thing I got to do last year was mentor a group of real spirited football players that had the idea of air conditioned shoulder pads. So that was pretty cool, pretty fun and interesting. We just love on people. That's what we do. The mayor calls us the heartbeat of Midlothian, and that's what we want to be. We want everyone to know that they can reach out to us, whatever the need is. If we can't fix it, then we might know someone that can. We are just totally embraced by this community, and have so many loving donors and a huge support system. Pardon me. We're actually owned by the Ministerial Alliance, so they kind of guide us through all this. We have 3 chaplains that one deals with our senior citizens, one's our youth chaplain. We also have one that's just a general chaplain. So if any need arises in town, we can get someone out there to maybe walk them through some steps and stuff. I have so much going on. I couldn't even say it in 5 to 7 minutes, but I will be on this call till the end. So if anyone has any questions, if anybody's got anything they want to have in our back to school bash, we're going to have vendors. You can come out and sell your stuff. You can just come out and enjoy the day. We get a 36-foot tall water slide, which is my absolute favorite thing ever on the face of this earth. Carnival rides, carnival games, climbing walls, just a big day for the kids. And then we're going to close it out with a fireworks show to send them back to school with a bang, kind of our little tagline there. So we've got much going on, much happening, so many ways to get involved. There's always volunteer opportunities. There's donorship opportunities. There's so many things that you could do to get on board with Manor House and our other nonprofits that we are partnered with and so forth. So, but thank you for this, pardon me, opportunity. And I hope that somebody has a question for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sissy. First of all, I want to say I love your story and I love your humor and I love the passion that you have for Manor House. It sounds like it's an amazing organization doing some amazing things for the community. So thank you. So
thank you. I was happy to do it.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to share with you guys, with our viewers, a little bit about Texas Trust Credit Union. So a little bit about Texas Trust. Our mission is to build brighter financial futures. And we've been helping people live brighter since 1936. So we're a not-for-profit company. That means we invest profit back into the credit union to help our members and communities by offering higher savings rates, lower loan rates, and also through community engagement. So we are a full-service financial institution with about 20 locations in Texas. For more information, check us out at texastrustcu.org. Now I would like to introduce our presenter, Miss Sarah Fogle. So a little bit about Sarah Fogle. Sarah Fogle is a financial consultant and insurance agency manager. As the agency manager for Texas Trust Credit Union, Sarah holds the life and health and property and casualty insurance licenses. She also holds a Series 6 and 63 securities licenses and serves as a financial consultant for Texas Trust Investment Services. It is her goal to assist our members with their insurance and investment needs on their path to financial success. Sarah, we are super excited to have you present today, and now I am going to turn it over to you.
Alrighty, thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone. So today what I'm going to do is just share with you guys the opportunities that we have to help you with your insurance needs here at the credit union. We will go over some details on our personal lines insurance, on our commercial lines insurance, and on our life insurance options. So I will say that if it can be insured, we are going to be able to help you here at the credit union. And so what I'm hoping today is just to give you a little more information. And so hopefully we're going to be able to help some of our members today. We do have, I have lost the ability to do my slides. So can you give me those slides, please? So what we will do next is go ahead and go over the types of personal lines insurance that we have. So can you go ahead and give me that next slide? All right, so the first line that we will discuss today is our homeowners insurance. And this is absolutely going to be one of the biggest things we do here at Texas Trust is assist our members in protecting their homes. And we can do this in a couple of different ways. So your standard homeowners insurance is when you as the homeowner own that home and also live in it. And that's going to be your standard homeowners. But we also do renters insurance where the either home or apartment, condo that you live in, you don't necessarily own. You simply live there. And so that's going to be our renters insurance. And then sometimes our members will have properties that they own that they rent out, and that's going to be rentals. And so this really just gives us an opportunity to go with whatever your living situation is going to be. So whether you own it or not, if you live there, we are going to be able to help you with your insurance needs. The next, okay, go ahead and just hit that next slide for me, please. Also, can we go back, please? On our, so with the homeowners, the renters, the condos, like I said, it really does cover a lot of different home styles. Not everybody has the same kind of living situation. And so we will definitely be able to help you really no matter what your living situation is. This is a highly customizable situation where we're really going to be able to reach you where you're at with your living situation. Would definitely want to highlight our flood insurance. So many people don't know that your standard homeowners or renters or condo insurance is not going to protect you in the instance of a flood. We've definitely had some situations here in North Texas where we have had flash flooding, and a lot of our members have been kind of caught unaware that when they go through these damaging situations and their homes are affected, and they contact their homeowners insurance and their damages are not covered. This can be an incredibly costly, traumatic incident for our members. And so I would strongly encourage each and every one of you to include a flood policy with your homeowners. Oftentimes it can be done with the exact same carrier. It's basically a piggyback policy on top of your homeowners, but will be very, very helpful in the instance that you do have flood. I will say that when it comes to flood, it kind of has this reputation for being extremely expensive. And I will tell you that that is oftentimes not the case. We can definitely look into seeing what it would take to provide flood coverage. And the nice thing about our insurance agency is you're never obligated. So if the flood becomes out of your budget for right now, we can work with you in the future to add that when it becomes more feasible for your budget. I would also encourage you, if you are a collector of really anything, and we definitely see a lot of different collections. Sometimes it's porcelain dolls, sometimes it's high-end firearms, sometimes it's old musical albums. It can really be anything, but anytime you have valuables, high-end valuables, collectibles, you may want to see about getting additional coverage for that. Your standard homeowners policy often does not take these kinds of valuable collectibles into account. And so we would definitely want to make sure that you are adequately covered in the event that you suffer a loss at your home. Main thing I would say with your personal lines, with your home, is that everyone's home is different. Everyone has different situations. And so this is a highly customizable situation. And so what we want to make sure is that you are going to be covered in the things that are important for you and your home. So when you look at homeowners, definitely don't think one size fits all. This is absolutely going to be a very customizable situation for you. Can I have that next slide, please? Thank you so much. So in addition to your home, your condo, your apartment, we are also able to help you with vehicles. And it's a lot of different kinds of vehicles. Obviously, the most common is going to be your car, truck, SUV, but basically some sort of auto. And this is another one where very customizable, if you have one car, we can insure one car. If you have 20 cars, we can insure 20 cars. It is going to be very much based on your need. But also in addition to auto, we do motorcycle insurance, we do ATV, we do RV, we do boats, we do airplanes. So basically, if you can drive it, pilot it, or steer it, we're more than likely going to be able to assist you. And a lot of times we're able to take all of these different kinds of vehicles, bundle them together into a single policy that's going to provide you with those great discounts that everyone is looking for these days. So often with the vehicles, it is going to be a matter of, making certain you have adequate coverage. Oftentimes I find that people don't really understand what kind of coverages are available to them, what kind of minimum requirements. The state of Texas definitely does have minimum requirements for you. And we are absolutely going to be able to help you in determining what kind of coverages that you need, what kind of coverages you want, and trying to find all of that for you in just the most affordable way possible. So we're also just a great resource for education and understanding the different kinds of policies, the different kinds of coverages, so that in the event that you have an accident, you'll know, I'm okay. I'm taken care of. My insurance is in order. This is not going to be, financially catastrophic for me. Can I go ahead and get that next slide, please, Neil? So we do have some special coverages. My favorite of these is absolutely our pet insurance. And so think of our pet insurance the way that you would think of your health insurance. And so pet insurance is going to be for your dogs and cats, so your more common household pets. And pet insurance is going to assist you not just with their kind of normal care checkups, vaccinations, flea and tick, heartworm guard, that kind of thing for your pet, but it's also extremely useful in the event that your pet becomes majorly sick or injured. I do unfortunately have some personal experience with this. I did not have pet insurance at the time, and my baby, my pit bull, was bitten by a copperhead snake. She spent 4 days at the animal hospital. The bill was extremely expensive, and we did reach a point where we were making decisions that it was hard to make because of the financial impact that it was going to have. And had we had pet insurance, we would not have had to worry about that at all. Pet insurance is very simple to get, and it's extremely affordable. Oftentimes, the pet insurance can be as little as $15 to $20 a month. And so when looking at that, especially if you have one of these major incidences like I did, it is going to be very, very helpful in the care of your pet. Moving on to our next bullet here is our special event coverage. The special event coverage is really going to be any event in your life that gives you the opportunity to work with vendors, whether that's an event venue, a caterer, a florist, that kind of thing. But with the special event coverage, we are able to help ensure these days for you, such as a wedding or a large anniversary party, birthday party, bar mitzvah, a quinceañera. It's not going to be specific to any one kind of event, but just those large special events that you have. I will say that a lot of the event venues in the area are now requiring some sort of liability insurance protection, so that if there is some sort of mishap during your event, you have insurance to cover it, so that that event venue is protected, and so are you. So we can definitely help with these kinds of special events, and specifically that liability coverage that some of the special event venues are requesting. The umbrella insurance is going to wrap up our personal lines insurance, and the umbrella is another kind of piggyback policy that we can add to your existing homeowners or vehicle insurance. And the umbrella insurance is really designed for our members who have higher net worths, more valuable products. And what it is going to do, it is going to add on additional protection for your home or vehicles. The umbrella insurance is going to protect against things like, somebody wanders onto your property and is bitten by your dog and they are looking for financial compensation. The umbrella insurance can help with that. Other kinds of accidents, if you have repairmen or workmen on your property and they are injured while on your property, the umbrella insurance can provide additional protection so that you are protected, but can still handle those kind of mishaps that we sometimes see. So the umbrella is going to be a really good thing to add to your existing home and auto, just to make certain that no matter what, you're going to be covered and protected. Go ahead and give me that next slide, please. So we're going to move into our commercial lines. So here at Texas Trust Insurance Services, we don't just do personal insurance, something for you as an individual. We also work with our business owners to help insure their business needs. And so those kinds of policies are going to be completely separate from your personal home and auto insurance. The commercial lines are going to be very specific to your business, and they are available to you no matter the size of your business. There really is no business size too small or too big. Everyone is going to have insurance needs. You're going to need protection of your assets, of your workplace, your work vehicles, your people. And so through our commercial lines, we are absolutely going to be able to help you with that. Our general and professional liability is going to be able to help those that are going out and working with other people. This is going to protect against any kind of malfunction. If you hire somebody to come in and do repairs and the repairs don't take as well as you had hoped they would, and there's some crossback there, those kinds of liability protections will help protect your business so that in the event that you have a mishap, it's not going to be completely catastrophic for your entire business because you have this insurance to protect. Likewise, the autos, whether it's one work van or a fleet of 100 or just one work truck or 15, they can't be insured on your personal insurance. This is something that must be insured as a commercial vehicle. And again, very, very customizable. We're able to work with you on the different levels of coverage that you both need or want. As well as your property. So your business office, again, whether it is one office or an entire, skyscraper full of offices, this is going to be very, very customizable, but you cannot insure your business location under your personal policies. It does require that separate coverage. And so here again with our commercial lines, this is something that is very customizable, very individual to you as a business. And we're super excited to work with you to figure out what needs you have, how best we can cover those needs, and again, as budget friendly as possible. Just like with your personal policies, standard commercial policies are not going to protect in the event of flood. And so you are able to do commercial flood policies to protect your businesses, just as you could do a personal flood policy to protect your home. And the umbrella policy is going to work the exact same way on the personal. This is just going to be an added layer of protection to make certain that really no matter what kind of mishap you incur, you are going to be protected. Go ahead and give me that next slide, please. Through our commercial lines, we can do your buildings and your cars, but this is where we are going to get into protecting your people and your product. So your workers' comp, unfortunately, it happens. Workers are injured in the line of their job responsibilities. And so our workers' comp program are going to be able to help pay your people in the event that they suffer an accident or illness. You guys are probably familiar with those really fantastic commercials from a duck that we won't talk about, but when you're sick or injured, that they help you pay your bills. We have very similar products that can accomplish that exact same thing, maybe minus the cute duck. In addition to our workers' comp policies, we also do cyber policies. This is huge lately. I'm sure that if you have watched the news or listened to the radio, you're hearing about how this company had a data breach or that company had a data breach. Maybe your personal or business debit card was compromised during one of these instances. Business owners are able to insure against these kinds of cyber attacks that unfortunately we do see happen. Again, very customizable depending on your business's threat level will determine how much coverage you really need. This is not a one size fits all, and it is something we can work with you. Oftentimes what we have found is that businesses don't even realize they have a cyber threat level. And so one of the things we are able to do is help them determine how much of a threat that really is to them so that we can keep them protected. Our fiduciary insurance, this one is something that we use with our people such as myself that work with members with their investments and insurance. We make certain that we are protected so that in the event there is some sort of mishap, and there is complaints made, we have protection as professionals. And so this is going to be really great for investment professionals, insurance professionals, medical professionals. It's called a little something different, but it's the exact same kind of policy. So really anyone that's providing these kinds of advice level services, it gives them some protection as well. Our directors insurance, this is going to be geared towards your business managers, your owners, basically your key employees within your organization that if something were to happen to you, could have a catastrophic effect on the rest of the business. We are able to insure against this kind of outcome. And then our inland marine policies are geared towards companies that are transporting goods. So if you load up a truck or a train car or an airplane and you are transporting it to a different location, the inland marine policies are designed to protect the products while they are in transit. So in the event that there is some sort of mishap and the products are destroyed, you're going to be compensated for those losses. And so this is really just with our commercial lines, a 360 degree of coverage for your business, for your workers, for your products, so that again, we just make certain that you have the protections you need so that you can successfully operate your business. Go ahead and thank you so much. In addition to our personal and commercial insurance, we also do life insurance. We do offer a full complement of whole life, term life, and universal life. More importantly, with our life insurance specialist, we are going to be able to work with you to determine how much life insurance you as an individual or as a family need. We're going to be able to help you identify, some potential pitfalls and figure out how best to cover those. And then we're going to be able to work with you on what kind of life insurance you need. So whole life, it's exactly what it sounds like. Your whole life policy covers the entirety of your life, even if you live to 105. With term typically insures you for just that, very specific time periods. Sometimes it is done to a specific age. Sometimes it is just a certain number of years. And that's definitely something that we can work with to figure out, what you need. And then universal life gives you an opportunity to sort of add an investment element to that, because it does have a cash value as well as the life insurance benefit. figuring out how much you need in total life insurance, and then how much of that need should be broken up into the different kinds of life insurance is something that we can assist you with. Life insurance is not a fun thing to talk about. Most of our members do not want to address the issue of their own mortality, but I will say that it is going to be easier than you think. We really take most of the grunt work out of it. We help you with, all the ins and outs of it. With our life insurance, it is important to realize that this can be a little bit of a process because we do have medical underwriting. There may be a doctor visit required. Beautiful thing about our agency is that you're going to be able to use your own doctor. We are not going to make you go see a stranger to get any required testing done. But keeping in mind with life insurance, there is a bit of a process through underwriting, but we're going to help you through it from start to finish. Go ahead and go to that next. Okay, so the absolute best part about Texas Trust Insurance Services is that we are going to be available to you through a number of different ways, and we are going to be able to offer you a lot of different options. So to contact Texas Trust Insurance Services and to speak with one of our insurance reps, you can either dial the agency dedicated number here on the screen. That's 972-595-1347. This is going to be the number for everything. This is first-time contact to see about a quote, and this is also going to be service needs beyond, where if you have questions, if you need to file a claim, if you have questions, need to pay your bill, everything can be done through this one phone number. We also do have our online option through the Texas Trust Credit Union website. Insurance does have a button there where we've got a lot of our information and the ability to request contact for a quote. Go ahead and give me that next slide, please. We do work with a very extensive list of carriers. So with Texas Trust Insurance Services, we are what is known as a brokerage insurance services. So we don't work with just one carrier. We work with many. And what we do when you contact us, whether it is for a personal or a commercial or a life quote, we are going to run your quote with all of your information through all of our carrier partners. So we are really going to shop this around for you. And what we are looking for is the coverage that you need at the absolute best price we can find it for you. We are very selective about the insurance agencies that we will work with. We know that we are putting our Texas Trust stamp of approval on these partners, and we are very careful about that partnership. These are fantastic insurance partners. Some of them I'm sure you're going to see are very familiar. Some of them you may never have heard of, but I will say absolutely all very strongly rated, very reputable insurance companies that are going to take excellent care of you as our member. When we are looking at shopping your insurance, like I said, we do run the quote through all of our partners, and the quote that we're going to present to you is going to be, again, that coverage that you need at the absolute best price. And so with that, my rule of thumb and the best recommendation that I can give you guys is to shop your insurance often. I will tell you that insurance companies aren't necessarily in the customer loyalty game. They are looking to, have as many customers as they can get. They're not always so great about taking care of your long-term customers. And so with your, both your personal, your commercial insurance, I would recommend about every 12 to 18 months shopping your insurance. The reality is that insurance rates change all the time. After Snowmageddon, which we had, that major ice storm we had earlier this year, there were a ton of claims. I had to put one in myself. And so insurance rates in this area rose a bit to compensate for all of the claims. That won't last forever. It will eventually come back down. And so oftentimes when you shop for your insurance can have a pretty strong effect on what your results will be. Also, you yourself personally, your situation can change. And so that can have a very strong effect. Perhaps for your vehicle insurance, you had an accident or a speeding ticket, something like that, that was raising your portion of the rate. Those don't count against you forever. So once they fall off, your rate can come down. But most of the time with your insurance, they are not going to automatically lower your rate as your negatives fall off. You actually have to call and request that that insurance be reevaluated or shop it through a new carrier. So there are a lot of things that go into determining how much you pay for insurance, and they change pretty constantly. So what I recommend, again, about every 12 to 18 months, go through and shop your insurance. It costs nothing to do but a little bit of time, and oftentimes we are able to save you sometimes pretty substantial premium amounts. With Texas Trust Insurance Services, we are available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for new quote information. You can either use that phone number that we looked at earlier or visit us on our website to request quote information. The quoting process is completely free and there is absolutely no obligation. If for whatever reason you decide you do not want to switch your insurance, that's going to be perfectly fine. What we are here is to do is just help you make certain you understand your insurance needs and help you cover them as best we can. I am so excited to have gotten to share this information with you guys. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to take those questions now. And then Sissy is still with us and she'll be happy to take any questions about Manor House.
Yes, thank you so much, Sarah. That was some really good information. I love the part where you said to just check back in like 12 to 18 months, just to rate shop. That was awesome. Thank you. So yes, as Sarah mentioned, now we encourage you guys to ask questions in the comments section. I see that there are a few there. So just as a reminder for either Sarah or Sissy, we're going to do our best to answer your questions. If there is a question that would best be answered offline, then we'll definitely take it offline and respond to you directly. So let me take a look at our comment section and see what kind of questions we have here. It looks like I have a question for Sissy. And Sissy, the question is, how can the community sign up to volunteer at Manor House?
Well, you can either go to our website, manorhouseoutreach.org. I'll give you my personal cell phone number. It's 214-405-0404. Call me. You can call Manor House at 972-775-1800. We love our volunteers. In fact, I tell people daily, there's nothing stronger than a volunteer's heart. So we'd love to talk with you and get y'all involved with us.
Awesome. All righty. Next question I have, this one looks like it's going to be for Sarah. How do you decide when to get event insurance?
That is going to really depend on your individual situation. So like I was saying, sometimes it's going to be required of you. If you're trying to host, say, a wedding reception at, any kind of private facility, they are oftentimes going to require it of you. But one thing you can do if you are having a large gathering, something that you are investing in financially, give us a call. Just kind of walk us through what you're doing. One of the things we're going to be able to do is kind of help you identify, is there a need here? And if so, give you that quote process to find out what we can do to cover that need and at what cost. And so I would say, when in doubt, give us a call and let us see if we can help. A lot of times what we do is just help educate people as to those potential, risks. People thinking about planning a wedding, they're thinking about, will it rain? Will, everything work out? Will the caterer be good? They're not necessarily thinking about the potential insurance ramifications of such a day. And that's where we come in. So we're going to take care of that for you so that you can focus on your special occasions.
Okay, great. So the next question I have is, how does a homeowner's homeowner's claim impact my policy?
And again, that's going to be incredibly individual. So sometimes it may not. And I can speak from personal experience there. I had to file a homeowner's claim. Gosh, it's been almost 12 years ago now, but tornadoes in North Texas, you guys know how that goes. I had one come and do some pretty significant damage to my roof, and it literally took our fence away. No idea where it landed. But so I had to file a claim for myself. And because it was the only claim I had ever filed, and I had been a customer in good standing for quite some time, we actually did not see an impact on our renewal premium. So a lot of times it's going to depend on the size of the claim. You know, our claim was relatively small when it comes to, you know, what it could have been. And so sometimes your smaller claims are not going to be as harsh with the effect they have. Sometimes it's going to be a matter of how many claims. You know, if I had to replace a roof then and then do it again the next year and then do it again the next year, obviously at that point, the insurance company is probably going to raise my rates. But one-time claims, small claims may or may not have a significant impact. Unfortunately, that is really going to be very individual to you and your situation and to the carrier. Some carriers are going to be a little more forgiving, you know, and some of them are not. Some of them are just going to look at it as, okay, you filed a claim, we're going to raise your rates. That to me is going to be absolutely a great opportunity for you to say, okay, well, I'm going to look at my other options now. Give us a call. Let us reshop it with new carriers. Maybe we find a carrier that's not going to be, you know, as punishing as the one you're currently with.
All right, next question I have is, what type of personal insurance do you prefer for individuals getting unemployment or those who are furloughed due to the pandemic?
Okay, so that is,
I'm sorry.
okay, that is going to be a highly specific situation depending on your needs. With that, I don't want to get too deep into that because different people, different needs, different levels of coverage. So what, again, I would recommend, give us a call, you know, walk us through your situation. It's completely complimentary service that we provide here at Texas Trust. And so, you know, let us come to you with your situation, your needs, your coverage. And again, this is never going to be a binding conversation. You know, this is an opportunity for you to educate yourself, to explore your options, to figure out, you know, costs, benefits, without ever actually having to commit to purchasing that insurance. So if you are, you know, sensing that you have a need, you know, that for a specific kind of insurance, give us a call. Let us explore that with you.
Okay, great. Next question is umbrella policy. I have different brands of insurance. Can I still get an umbrella policy, like a different insurance brand for home and auto?
Yes. And so I would say too, that number one, it may make sense to consolidate. It would be worth giving us a call to shop that as a single consolidated policy. There could be benefit to that. Or you may find benefit in, you know, using different carriers for different policies. I would start with your existing homeowner's policy, asking about costs for adding on that umbrella coverage. And if you don't like the answer there, then again, give us a call. We're happy to shop that umbrella policy for you.
Okay, next question for Sarah. How could event insurance help with events like weddings that were canceled or rescheduled due to COVID? Now, I know you've already touched on event insurance, but I didn't know if there's anything else you wanted to add. that's specific?
So COVID was such a special circumstance because this was not something that just affected us here in North Texas. This was a global incident. And so a lot of vendors and event venues are really doing absolutely everything they can to accommodate rescheduling. As far as the special event coverage, it would depend on which benefits you selected. Because again, this is not a one-size-fits-all product. This is something that we customize based on what kind of coverage you were looking for. So it would really depend on what you asked for. So not easy to say, oh, it would definitely cover this or definitely cover that, because just like with any kind of insurance, if you did not opt for that coverage, it's not going to assist you. And so one of the things that we do when we are doing our special event coverage quotes is that we take you through every option that we have so that you are able to determine, okay, I want to cover this, but I don't want to cover that. And usually it's a cost situation because in a perfect world, we'd cover absolutely everything, but everybody's working on a budget. A lot of them are a little tighter than they used to be because of the COVID pandemic. So again, and I'm gonna sound repetitive, but just give us a call and let us walk through your situation and see how we can help.
Okay, great. Next question. Does every nonprofit have to have directors and officers insurance?
That's going to be you, Sissy.
I don't know that it's required. We do. It's a very good idea just to protect us in decisions that the board makes or that we make. But I don't know that it's required. But again, it is a good idea.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sissy. Next question is, what do I do if I want to insure my wedding rings?
So that is more than likely going to come under the heading of those collectibles, high-end, that kind of thing. And so we do have a process for that. Typically, it's going to involve getting an appraisal done from a jeweler. You can contact us to start that process. We can actually make recommendations for jewelers in your area that you can take your jewelry to have it appraised. Typically, you've got to provide photographs of the jewelry. And then what we can do is add just a special clause onto either your homeowners or maybe that high-end valuables, maybe that's an umbrella, because we're going to explore those options with you to figure out how we get you the coverage you need in the best possible premium. But yes, we absolutely can do that. And it's really pretty simple most of the time.
Okay, great. It looks like that is all of the questions that we have. So if you'd like to learn more or become a member of Texas Trust Credit Union, or if you just want to talk directly to one of us, please feel free to contact us using the information on the screen. We also have some links posted in the comments section if you'd like to schedule an appointment or just have one of us give you a call. All right, mark your calendars. Our next Facebook Live webinar will be on Tuesday, August 10th at noon. It will be an interactive back-to-school special, creating a spending plan for college students. So we hope to see you guys there. Again, thank you so much for tuning into today's webinar. And remember, Texas Trust Credit Union is here with you every step of the way for all of your financial needs. And we'll see you guys next time.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Really good.
Thank you.